So have you guys all reached like the pro status?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yes. Say yes. Say yes. I suck at bowling. I don't really talk about it much, but I played a lot of sports growing up, like baseball, basketball, volleyball. But bowling was a sport I always enjoyed playing. I knew I sucked, but it didn't change the fact that I just liked doing it. And I think this was because, as many kids who grew up in the 2000s would agree with me, the Wii was like a second father. Hi, Dad. Unveiled in November 2006, the Nintendo Wii had an absolute chokehold on American households with its simple motion controls, easy to understand gameplay, and in the case of the hit game Wii Sports, that absolute banger of a soundtrack. The game Wii Sports was included with every purchase of the Wii console, which made it the third best selling game of all time as of recording this video. Now that's deeply impressive, but it's also like when artists bundled digital copies of their album with any merch drop to inflate their sales numbers. Wii Sports includes 5 sports. You have tennis, baseball, golf, boxing, and the subject for today's video, bowling. And if you've never heard of bowling, God, you gotta try it. Now the object of bowling is you throw a ball down the lane at 10 pins and you get 2 tries per round or frame to knock them all down. You get 10 frames per game, which means you can get a maximum of 300 points. Now, like I mentioned, I've always wanted to be better at bowling. I think like my greatest score I've ever done in my entire 21 years of living is 102, if I'm correct, which is just a little under 300. But like my experiment videos where I need to go undercover, I need something to truly motivate me into practicing. And I think I've found that motivator. Now, I've never stated specifically in a video where I go to college, please be decent people. But I'm coming out as a SCAD student. I know, I'm brave, I know. And there's plenty of clubs and sports you can join here, one of those being the SCAD bowling team. And if you're unaware of how good the SCAD bowling team is, to put it into words, it's kind of like, they're completely insane.
The Bees swept the NAIA Championship. It's the 3rd consecutive title for the women's team and first ever title for the men's team.
Whether you pick from the men's or women's teams, they have won 6 national titles, are like #1 and #3 in the entire country. We have world medalists on this team. Now, normally I wouldn't flex my school pride in a video, but I bring them up because me and my roommates challenged 4 members of the SCAD bowling team to 1 game of bowling. 1 game, 10 frames, a completely normal game of competitive bowling. The only problem is my team can only practice with Wii Sports. Did I mention these are varsity championship level bowlers? I didn't? Okay. Now, before I went back to college to start training with my roomies, I wanted to be all scientific and get a baseline for my skills. So I met back up with my old friends Jack, Brett, and Ellen from the 5 Minute Podcast, a live stream podcast that Jack and I used to run from 2020 to 2021, where we would live stream for a total of 5 minutes and then abruptly end the live stream. Sorry about muted. Just come back tomorrow, okay? So the 4 of us reunited, we went bowling, and we had a good time.
They gave us the dino. I just want to point out that they have Jack's full name, but they couldn't write Tony. Price to pay for being famous.
Something I kind of noticed immediately is that I wasn't very good at getting the ball where I wanted to hit the bowling pins.
I got this for America.
As my bowling ball would either slant too far to the right or to the left, instead of hitting this sweet spot right here that I will go into later. But that didn't matter. I was having so much fun with my friends as we bowled.
That's going in. That's going in. We got Brett in Split City over here. Yay! My sweet apple bacon boy. Oh! Oh! Ah! Strike! And I'm gonna get another one.
We played 2 games and I got 1 strike per each game, which was honestly pretty awesome for me because I'm very bad and not consistent at all at hitting strikes.
What do you think his chances are?
Of what? A strike?
Yeah.
I think he'll throw the ball.
He'll throw
For me, correct?
No.
Okay.
Boogadoo.
Apparently caveman. Make him stronger.
I actually ended off the day with a score of 122, which I think is my highest score I've ever hit in my life. So naturally after this, I parted ways and started my expert training by driving over 12 hours to move back from Ohio to Georgia for like the 7th time in my life. So I moved into my new place, set up my computer, and actually plugged my Wii into the computer until I realized that I needed a capture card to do it. But luckily Log had a capture card, so I just plugged it in and started training. Now, unfortunately, it seems like a nuke went off in Woohoo Island, but that didn't stop the white boy Mustache Storm from practicing.
So let's see if I can get a strike. Oh, can you read that?
It turns out it's kind of finicky.
I got an A.
Zach, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling confident right now. This is our practice. We can't possibly lose. That's beautiful.
Anything you want to say to the people?
I think we got this. This is very easy. I think this is a great way to learn bowling. Watch this.
So after a little bit of the game, I ran to Best Buy and forked over way too much money for an Elgato capture card. This video counts as a tax write-off, but luckily that actually fixed things and we got into the swing of bowling. Now in real bowling, you need skill and dexterity to control your ball into the correct pocket to get the ideal strike. And that ideal strike pocket seems to be this part right here, the slot right between pin 1 and pin 3. Now I can answer in long-winded nerd terminology, or I could answer by just saying it's like the best place to hit dominoes. But enough chit-chat, I think it's time to really get into this. Hello, I am Tony.
Hello, I am Zach.
Hello, I am Dillon Moeller.
He gets his full name for some reason. So I made you guys all your own custom me's.
Mildly horrified.
There's the boys. So there's Zach, there's Log, which I actually feel like I got him. Me, and I could not make Dillon to save my life, but you know what? I think it's fine.
Yeah. Dillon's a bit of a failure.
Baby's first strike.
Here we go.
Split. So you hold the back button, and then you kind of like have an arc with it.
I'm gonna improve.
You got this, buddy. I believe in you. Hey!
Okay, I actually...
Strike.
We're
Strike.
getting somewhere,
Strike.
maybe.
Strike.
I don't
That
think
might
that's-
hit it.
I don't think that's strong enough, though.
Oh!
I've been saying since day one we're gonna win this thing. It's because I know something you don't. I'm the best bowler ever.
Dillon, you're stepping up to the plate.
Stand up.
Your head is now cut out of the shot.
That's okay.
You get to squat while you bowl.
Yeah.
There.
Oh shit! They're not gonna know what's gonna hit them.
It's extra exercise.
Oh, that was pretty sick.
I can spare it up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 7. I thought it was 8.
Come on, buddy. Oh.
We're gonna lose.
Oh shit.
That's me. So I'm gonna really think about how I'm gonna apply this to the actual bowling ring. Like, that's what this round is about.
If that applies to you, we're gonna have to bring our chairs to the bowling alley.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the play. The whole Wii thing is not going great for me.
The funny thing is, you might get another strike.
No. Close. If I had like an inch more power behind that, it would have happened.
Yeah, I feel like if there was power behind
pow-
Come on, give me a spare.
Oh.
I got another 7 too.
My goal is to not completely whiff my first ball.
Come on, Zach.
I'm gonna set this one out.
Holy shit, that was strong. Whoa! Holy fucking shit! We're in final frame, boys. This is the last one for the night. Come on, give me a strike. Yes! Let's go! If I had a turkey, I might go gobble gobble mode.
Like and subscribe for gobble gobble mode.
Oh! I might go gobble gobble mode! Please. Ah! Zach Strat in the building.
No, that was bad. Fuck.
Man.
I had this victory in the bag. But you're right. It's all about teamwork.
Damn it!
That one thing went flying, dude. Unironically, the thesis of this video is that no matter what, friendship prevails.
Like the lack of noise.
Hey, we got records though!
New PRs!
Woo! And we actually have a new teammate. Introduce yourself, buddy.
Hi, I'm Log. I'm gonna bowl today. That's it.
First bowl of the day. Lukewarm start, but that means there's nowhere to go but up, right?
Is Zach in the room or is Zach in the game? I can't tell.
Let's see if I drop the ball again.
Oh! You just avoided a bad split.
Yeah, that would have been awful, but
Yeah.
that pen saved me.
Oh. Hey!
That was heat.
I didn't spin as much as I thought I would.
Oh!
I mean,
That was crazy.
How do I get my spin back though?
We didn't film for like 1 day, and he's like, fuck.
Man, where's my spin?
I think if we lose, it's because you haven't enforced routine practice.
Oh yeah, this
Literally.
we all have strategies, Log,
Yeah.
so you need to come up with your strategy. Log's first bowl. Order.
All right. I guess my trick move is I'm gonna let Jesus take the wheel on this one.
Amen.
Okay, I'm not doing that again. That's not my strategy. Yes!
That was
I'm not working with a lot of space here.
Dylan's gonna quit the team. I see it in his eyes.
See, I'm gonna do that when we actually fight the team, and it's gonna give me a strike. And you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
If Log had been playing like the whole time, I would have thought that was faked for a joke. But because that was his first bowl, like that was that wasn't Log, that was Jesus.
And strike. God, we are doing amazing at bowling, but you know what's even more amazing? This is not a sponsored segment. Do not skip. You know, I've been teasing this giant announcement on my YouTube and socials for like the past 2 months. Well, today I'm finally unveiling what that announcement is. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this out loud, but I am directing my first ever short film, Max Needs to Pay Rent. Editing Tony put confetti here. Whoa, whoa, what? You have no idea how good that is to say out loud. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy here. Fuck. Fuck.
Did you see that ending, Tony? He did the and went.
After a robotics engineer loses his job and can't get a new one in time, the robot he built starts working 3 minimum wage jobs to help pay rent. And if that pitch even sounds remotely interesting to you, that's just the surface of the film.
Spare, 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 spare.
Now we have an Indiegogo page at the top of the description with tiers that you can do fun benefits, because if you can donate at all, it would mean the world, dude, seriously.
Editing Tony here to add that if every single one of my subscribers gave $1 to the Indiegogo campaign, we would hit our funding goal like well past
Now,
it.
if you can't donate, you can still help spread the word by watching this video all the way through or just sharing it with friends, because all the AdSense from my November and December months are going directly to the budget of this film.
Oh, the log shuffle.
Dude, they're not gonna know what
They're not. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is he gonna do now? Oh! Fuck. Hey, that's rigged. That's a weighted pin.
And this is what Max looks like. We are literally building a practical robot suit for a performer, and it's gonna look insane. This is the concept art of Max. He is awesome. If you love him, that's awesome. Spread the word. We need my robot fans here. And once again, the Indiegogo campaign is at the top of the description. Look, if you give me a budget, I'm gonna make something stupid. Thank you. I cannot wait to show you guys Max. All right, back to getting our asses beat by literal professional athletes.
Hey, woo! Even if I win this game, Tony is winning the Who Got Better. Who got better?
Vlog, do you have any notes about your fun friend Zach's strategy?
Zach's strategy, I think, is scuffed, dare I say.
No! Hey, you did pretty damn good though.
You earned a bronze medal.
Only bronze?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We have an issue here. See, I'm trying to draw out the competitiveness in Zach so that he gets better results. It's all a psychological mind game.
Day 4, we practiced our power throws, which was so much fun that I forgot to hit OBS for the first 10 minutes of recording. We also had another visitor joining us during this practice session. We decided to set the stakes high for ourselves to really motivate us to get better.
Has anyone seen the movie Basketball? I feel like that's how we're gonna kind of play.
What the fuck is basketball?
It's not made by the creators of South Park, but the creators of South Park are the main characters. They combine baseball and basketball in a game, and that's not really, I mean, the whole thing they do in the game is just essentially bully the other team into winning.
Too long-winded.
And basically, there's some guy in the hospital that they kill, and they don't even like the movie, so yeah.
So as a motivator, we all agreed that the 2 lowest scoring players on our team would have to watch basketball. How long is this trailer?
3 minutes.
3 minutes?
We've practically seen everything we need to know at this point.
And Academy Award winner, Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest what now?
Ernest Fortnite!
Day 5, our final training day commenced as we played just 2 fun games to really hone in our skills. The Zach method of double underhand throwing,
The elusive and famous Dillon curve shot.
and the log shuffle were firing on all cylinders.
Oh
That was the Tony technique. I think it was a mishmash of my fellow teammates' techniques, but I knew where I had to stand on the field to get the most amount of strikes possible, which I think was my technique. I didn't really have a technique.
Woo! New record, baby!
Wow, look at this. All right, well.
I'm catching up.
Yeah, so.
Oh, it's not like, I mean, this is the last day. So.
And with that, we finally completed all our glorious training. Me, Zach, Dillon, and Log all have the training necessary, which means naturally it's time to face off against varsity championship level bowlers. I think that's fun. So we drove out to a familiar site for people that watched me before the furry video.
Dude, if we just walk forward a little bit more, we could see Madam Web for a 4th time.
Not there. It should never be there again.
Now, the 4 of us got there half an hour earlier than we expected to, so we vibed at the arcade.
Our son is going rogue.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I like how Log has just transformed into a literal child. I'm not entering the arcade.
So much fun stuff.
They want a pig.
Wait, you guys won?
I want a pig!
You gotta do that to get in the bowling team's head. Whenever they like don't get a strike. This is horrifying. Whoa.
Half an hour blew by and we met up with Justin, Kai, Christian, and Max, our 4 representatives of the SCAD bowling team, and we actually got put at the very far lanes that are reserved for league players, aka 50% of our group. Now the 4 athletes all had their gear, towels for their hands, their own personal bowling balls, and our team showed we were ready by wearing clothes, so we started warming up.
No, no way. No. Dude, he just curved it.
It's just like in the game.
Okay, yeah, we might be in deep shit, and we got the game all started and agreed upon a few things.
What I've done in the past, like if I've bowled somebody that doesn't bowl versus like a real bowler, give them like a power up that like you guys can go, hey, this person has to like throw with their opposite hand or like use one of our balls, like, because that would like be detrimental to us.
Each one of us gets one time to say opposite hand.
Yeah.
Is that fine with that?
So have you guys all reached like the pro status?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'll say yes. Say yes.
So our order remained the same, where we had me, Zach, Dillon, then Log, and on their team, it was Christian, Kai, Max, then Justin. I was the team captain for our team, and Justin was the team captain for their team.
I gotta go in sport mode.
Oh, he's going support mode.
So the game started, and I grabbed my 12-pound ball and locked in to start the game entirely. When I got up there, I remembered all my training. I set up the perfect position, I had the perfect arc, and I knew that all 7 of my best friends in the whole wide world were watching me. So I knew I had to set the tone for the entire day.
Tony started up. Oh my God, Tony labeled it. Oh my God, Tony labeled it. Oh no!
I told you Wii Sports was.
Oh no!
Let's continue this.
Oh no!
Holy fucking shit! I'm gonna be so real. I thought the thesis of this video would be don't train with Wii Sports. But not only did I put the ball exactly where I intended to, I even called it was gonna be a strike as it hit the pins. What was even crazier was the fact that Christian, my direct opponent, actually hit a 9 instead of a strike. Now he did pick up a spare, but that meant I was in the lead ahead of him. Not only that, Zach picked up a nasty spare and meant the bowling team had to lock in.
You get a spare, we're exactly tied right now.
Okay, I was accurate in Wii bowling. I don't think that's gonna carry over.
With that attitude, it won't.
Okay, it's gonna carry over. I'm gonna get the spare. How about
Yeah, go Zach.
Oh my God!
Yes. Yes!
All right, we're gonna lock in here.
Not gonna lie, their Wii bowling strategies have worked out better than I thought they were going to.
And Dillon started doing his best.
A lot of pressure on Dillon here.
No. Hey, good answer.
It's okay though, Dillon's the spare god and actually hit a 9 immediately after.
Oh, he might have the spare here.
There we go. Started.
Oh my God!
But how was my friend Log doing?
Hit that gutter.
They're weighted pins. They're weighted pins.
I'm here for the spare.
Go Log. Oh, that's one. That's at least one. No. Weighted pins.
Really weighted pins.
Weighted pins.
The Log shuffle was firing on all cylinders. So how are the SCAD bowling team doing?
Let's see if he gets it. He's gonna get straight. Yeah, I think they may have locked in a little too much.
I also just want to focus again on the only member who didn't get a strike this first frame, which was Christian, the guy I went up against.
Oh no!
What do we do?
I think it's very funny how these people are audibly disappointed by a 9. So frame 2 started and I hit about like 3 or 4 pins down, and when I looked up, they were gone. Looking back at the footage here, it seems that the grabber got lazy. And I wasn't gonna do anything about it until Christian brought up something very funny.
If you do throw this ball, it will give you a spare. Just if they want.
He was like, nah, I'm taking the spare. Yep. I made the spare.
Now, I want for reference that everyone just kind of laughed and went, sure, so I went for it and got a spare. Which means that my streak was continuing with approval. So after the 8 of us all went, Justin wanted to check in after frame 2.
If we're doing golf scores, logs in the lead.
So like, what's on the line here? Like, obviously we're bowling against each other.
We informed Justin that the 2 losers would have to watch the movie Basketball, which I proceeded to ask if they wanted to put anything on the line themselves.
What was that, Christian?
If we lose, we all 4 drop our scholarships.
Now, instead of the bowling team dropping their scholarships if all of us beat them, they shook on if any of us beat them, they would all have to join us for the beautiful viewing of Basketball. Now, I'm gonna be real, I'm not very optimistic about that because every single player on their team filled the frame, which means they've knocked down every single pin, except for Max here, who got a 9 miss.
Max kind of selling our team over here with the 9 miss, but overall we've filled every frame besides Max's frame.
Which makes it sound like they're gonna all put him down after the game.
Hey, you know, there's always room on our team.
If trades are open, I'm not opposed to it.
They get luck, we get Max.
So in frame 3, I picked up a real spare, and game recognizes game.
Tony's been putting in the work on Wii.
Tony has been putting in the work.
Thank
on
you.
Wii.
He has knocked down all 10 pins 3 straight frames.
I have 3 straight frames.
I also have to point out that if my score continues, I am currently beating 2 of them, mainly Max.
And Max with the...
I like how that gets an O from that.
I hope you like basketball.
But minus the potential of basketball, my friends were having the time of their life.
Oh, Dillon, that's good. That's good. Hey. Yeah. Hey, give me a high five, buddy. I'm like a proud father.
Oh, he did the thing he did in the games.
I can see, like, they've got the Wii Sports like this at the end. You can see it going.
They're commentating on our
got that strategy.
That's pretty good.
Rewatching this footage, I think Log really wants to watch basketball and is throwing the match. Watching this footage back, it's kind of impressive how much more accurate I've gotten comparative to my 2 test rounds, but Zach and Kai had objectively terrific frames here. First off, Zach seems like he's gonna gutter ball, but then he does anything but. Like, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen. But what's even sicker than that is how Kai picks up the spare here.
If Kai gets this, I'm gonna scream.
After Kai filled the frame, Zach picks up an 8, which is not too bad. But I could tell that the bowling team really wanted to educate us, so they started going off on an important bowling lesson as to why Max was switching out his ball.
Why would you make a ball change, Max?
The ball is just thrown, the Tundra Fire. It's on the lower spectrum of bowling balls. And how the lanes are right now, I just think it's a little too over-under. You know, if I get this ball in the friction, it's just going to pick up a little too early for my liking. But if I throw it too much in the oil, it's not strong enough to recover.
Max has such a good strategy right now.
Yeah.
I think this would be a good time.
I wouldn't say his strategy's good.
Well, okay, but he's adapting. He now has a good strategy. I think now would be a good time to do like a left-handed thing to mix it up.
Zach's using his freebie.
I'd like to formally apologize to Max for all of us ganging up on him, but in my defense, we did all start by saying,
Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
I've never actually seen Max throw it left-handed
I've
before.
never seen Max throw.
Now, I don't feel too bad about that because even when handicapped, Max still knocked down an 8, and Dillon with no handicap proves that we are not to be messed with. Now, Justin went next, and by the way, he has gotten a turkey up to this point, which if you're unaware, is when you bowl 3 perfect strikes in a row. And yeah, he did it for a 4th time.
Oh, and he buries it.
Let me just copy that.
He buries it.
Yeah.
He did just that. Oh my God! That is...
Weighted pins.
Kai must have heard us complaining about the weighted pins that have been following Log this entire journey and came to spit some game at us.
For the record, the balls we are throwing are twice the weight of the balls you guys are throwing.
Yeah.
All of our bowling balls are 15 pounds, and y'all are throwing 8-pound bowling balls.
I'm throwing at 12.
Oh, and that's why Tony's got the score, because he's got the 12-pounder.
I just say, for the record, we trained with this. This is more akin to our balls than your balls, so it's in line with Wii Sports.
Yes.
Tomato.
This clearly got in Log's head because he just chucked it down the center of the lane.
Max, you're currently down 20 to Tony now, and the game is closing.
Closing is not a good word to use, considering we're less than halfway through. I am down, but I feel like my abilities to adapt to the lanes are far greater to my competition, so I'm not too worried.
Well, Tony just struck, so...
Never mind.
I fucking called it too. Wait, let me hit the Log shuffle.
Oh.
Oh my... He just emoted on you. you.
Despite that being the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life, Zach decided to lock in and try his elusive Zach strat that I had been telling him he has to use.
My play is I'm actually going to implement the Zach strat. I'm going to take it to the actual fields because I'm losing control. So I'm going to use my second hand to guide it as I let it go.
That was not, no. Zach strat is a no-go.
Dillon went on to get a 6 spare, and once again, Max was getting screwed over by gravity with this insane bounce.
I hope you got that because the way that bounced behind it was insane.
I gotta run you through the break that you just got from Max there. If you notice, the back pin moved a little bit closer to the front pin. Okay? And so where he hit the front pin, he should have made it no problem. But because that back pin moved over, he missed it.
Outside of the game, I'm like, that is bullshit. But in the game, I'm like, get bitch. Justin hit his 5th strike in a row, which means he's so close to hitting a perfect game, I can't believe it. And I asked the team, what exactly is the term for hitting 5 strikes in a row? And Christian weighed in that it's a 4-bagger with ham, which is sick. Now, Justin informed me that we had to start speeding it up because their players had class and had to focus on their education, which rung true because Log had the same excuse. So I locked in.
Oh yeah, we'll speed run it like this.
Bro.
Max.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I felt like a superhero, dude. I was locking in. Now, the first half of the game was honestly more fun bowling. We were going at our own speed. But this last half was comparative to speed bowling because we really had a deadline, which was bringing morale up on both our side and their side.
Please try. Yes.
You did it.
Max may be my opponent on the court, but I am so proud of him.
Feel a little bit better.
Makes you feel better. We have the same amount of strikes.
That makes me feel a lot better, actually.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Watching this footage back, it's like we're each other's anime antagonists. Frame 7, Christian picks up this great spare here, but the momentum was definitely getting to my head because I just sank my first gutter ball of the game. But I pulled it back for a 9, and it's very funny to hear varsity level bowlers actually kind of nervous about my throws a little bit.
All right, Tony. All right, Tony.
Oh my god.
All right, Tony.
Oh my god. Wow.
My heart was racing as that got through the arrows.
As it should have been.
I felt like a Make-A-Wish kid where my wish wasn't to meet John Cena or Mr. Beast, it was to play against the SCAD bowling team. Now, Zach was definitely losing his energy, getting another gutter ball, even though I kept telling him he had to pull out the Zach strat, but he just wouldn't because he would throw the ball into the ceiling and we'd get banned from the alley, whatever. Plus also he was like, it wouldn't work, which meant nothing because Kai here just used the Zach strat to pick up a spare.
That's a foul, guys.
That's 0. Mark it 0.
I feel like you should automatically have to see basketball after that move.
Now, at this point, I was actually 102 points on the scoreboard, which was actually 2 points above my final score in the first test game I played at the start of the video. And I got to see my honest, real opponent Max just hit a strike here, which is awesome. But however, I couldn't enjoy the competition of a good game as I was sensing conflict on my own side.
Yo, guys, I can sense we're all turning on each other, guys.
Frame 7 here marked a turning point, however, because Justin had finally ended his perfect game by hitting an 8. So Log started his frame by rolling a gutter ball, which meant every single player on our side got a gutter ball that frame. However, he made up for it by rolling a strike.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
Log is actually cursed. The weighted pins thing was a bit, but I actually believe it now. Now I had a fun idea for frame 8, where I decided to use my power up on Christian because he was my direct competition. Now, would it have been more strategic to use my power up on Max? Yes. Did Christian immediately gutter ball it immediately after? Yes. After he gutter balled it, it was my turn, and hopefully I can do better after this gutter ball.
He's not letting. Oh, you're stare down.
Guys, the thesis of this video was going to be that Wii Sports doesn't help, but I'm literally just proving my own point. I also heard my opponent talking to his team captain.
Well, given his track record after striking, he's not going to mark again for the rest of the game.
Oh, we'll see about that, Max. We'll see. Regardless of if he's right, I do not care because now Dillon's rooting for Zach's gutter balls. We have a coup in our own team.
Yes. Stop rooting against each other.
I think at this point it's going to backfire and both of them are going to have to watch basketball and Log's just going to be disappointed because he won't get to watch basketball. And also them conspiring against each other hasn't even worked out because they're now tied at 55 points each with Log with a solid 44. But Log and I have whimsy, which means Log's going to pull a comeback right here.
Oh, okay.
Shit. Oh boy. I'm not
watching basketball.
Frame 9 started with Justin and his team monologuing at me, which I could tell was to try and get in my head to really knock me off my rhythm. And honestly, I'm pretty good at ignoring stuff like that. Like, I played varsity volleyball in high school, and I was basically the reserve server. Like, I was the server you set in when the opposing team was cheering, trying to get in my head, and then I would plant one down in between two of their players. It was very fun. However, that mindset was in high school, and you can tell it's been a while because I did not strike at all. I knew what he was doing, and it still worked. Now, I was getting the impression that Dillon might be on the chopping block to watch basketball, and I knew how to get him to use his power-ups by appealing to joint suffering. But honestly, I'm not even focusing on that because Kai hits the sickest strike this frame.
That is true.
Whoa. Like, this is objectively insane. I'm surprised Kai didn't hit us with a, "Who do you think you are? I am." Now it was Max and Dillon's turn, and Max went up, and I think his team was happy with this start. Now earlier, Justin had really laid in that I caught a lucky break when Max didn't pick up the spare here, but I think this might be the luckiest break of the entire game. This might be the most horrific split I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, even worse than the 7-10 split. For the reason is Max can either go for the 3 pins or the 2 pins, but there's no possible way he can get all 5 pins. So Max takes the guaranteed 3 pins, which means that him and I are tied going into the final frame. You cannot make this shit up. What you also can't make up is Dillon pulling the Zach bounce to get 1 point ahead of Zach into the final frame. We also saw Justin score another strike like it was nothing, and Log gets 8, which means it's finally time for frame 10. Now, to reiterate, Max and I both had 126 points in the final frame, which means whoever scores more in frame 10 wins it. If I win it, the entire SCAD bowling team has to join us for a viewing of basketball, and if Max wins, they don't have to join us for a viewing of basketball. It's honestly pretty weighted in their end, I'm gonna be real. Christian starts frame 10 with a beautiful strike, so now it was my turn. Watching this footage back, it is really funny to see all 7 players watching me intently for the biggest bowling throw of my entire life. Like, I've bowled with friends and family before, but I've never gotten past 122 before in my entire life, let alone had a championship bowlers watching me with concern.
All of the pressure is on Tony right here.
Moment of his life.
Doesn't
like, objectively, yes. Potentially my last.
All
to
the
beat a
sports
varsity
training. This moment.
Potentially his only bowling moment in his life.
It was all up to frame 10. The ball was in my hand, and I locked in.
Oh my God.
Tony,
oh my God.
God fucking damn it! Exterior-wise, I was calm, cool, and collected, but on the interior, I was so miffed that I didn't hit the craziest strike of my entire life. All the pressure was on for me to hit this 1 pin to force Max to, at minimum, get a spare or a strike. And I fucking whiffed it, dude. I fucking whiffed it. Like the 2016 World Series with the Guardians versus the Cubs. If my ball was just a little more in the field, I would have hit that home run, dude. So I ended off my professional bowling game with 135. And Christian wiped my ass picking up the frame. So getting 135 is honestly awesome. I've never gotten that much, and it's all up to Max now. But first, let's get through Kai and Zach. Kyle bowled left hand just for funsies, netting him an 8 in the final frame, while Zach hit a pretty clean 7, which made Dillon mad because they were very close in points if you don't remember. But what I was on the edge of my seat for was Max and Dillon, which might have been the most intense frame yet, because Dillon used his freebie on Max to bowl left-handed. Max has to get at minimum a spare with his non-dominant hand to beat me and not watch basketball. Plus, I believe Max was using a different ball because it wasn't curving the way he wanted it to. So Max goes up for the first throw and...
Oh no. Oh no, that's bad. That's really bad.
I guess
he gutterballed it. He gutterballed it. I have a chance to beat him. Max in this last frame has to get a 9 or a strike to not watch basketball, and the pressure was clearly on him, which sucked because this entire team was turning against him.
We're watching the movie.
We have to get a strike.
So Dillon and Max rolled their balls. Dillon throwing it in the gutter. He got a strike in our hearts.
Yes!
But Max threw it down the lane, and it didn't curve the way you want, and he hit 6 pins. Yes! He hit 6 pins. That means I beat a professional varsity championship bowler. Oh my God. I cannot believe I unironically beat a varsity bowler. What the hell? But it was time to see who would join Log in watching basketball, because if I haven't brought it up, Log had not been doing too hot. So Dillon threw the ball down the lane and...
Come on.
The entire SCAD bowling team is joining you. Yeah, Dillon's joining log and watching basketball because he lost to Zach by 3 points. I also want to point out the footage that this camera captured because you can just see the bowling team's mood go from up here to down here by frame 10. I felt bad, but also it was very funny. Justin picks up a nice spare and log literally got ahead of Dillon by 1 point, which doesn't mean much. He still has to watch basketball. So we were all happy. I was on cloud 9 knowing that this video has a weird conclusion now until Max and team brought up something objectively true.
Your second frame, we're gonna get a replay on that second frame. Okay. Your spare was shot at 0 pins.
That is true. That is very true.
So our proposal, we call it a tie between you and Max, and here's what happens. Instead of all 4 of us watching basketball, only Max,
just Max,
has to watch basketball.
The man that you beat.
Where? The man that you beat.
You beat a varsity bowler for the SCAD bowling program. So you should have the honor of watching this movie.
Would any of you like to join me?
I think I'm busy that day.
Yeah,
I got Diet Coke, that's all I'm saying.
Now, before we leave the alley and get to our conclusion, I want to sincerely thank Justin, Christian, Max, and Ty for all coming out and being a part of this video, along with Yumi and Andy for getting me in contact with them. Very cool people, really appreciate you guys, and you can find them here.
For SCAD Bowling, you can find us on Instagram.
SCAD Bowling, you'll find us.
And if you want more YouTube bowling content, head over to Bone Legacy. That's where you can find me and the entire Bone family. We do a ton of bowling content, and some of these guys are featured on that channel as well.
And now us, but it's on my channel. So despite my thesis being in the opposite direction, I definitely improved because of Wii Sports, which is the funniest possible outcome for this video. Going from my high score of 122 to 135 was absolutely insane. Seeing an increase of 13 points may not sound like a lot, but I was more consistent with my throws. I knew where to stand, the right power, where to place the ball, and I was just a more confident bowler overall. I was literally calling strikes and spares when I was about to hit them, which even though I felt awesome, it reminded me that Justin almost bowled a perfect game like it was nothing, but still. So yeah, if you want to get better at bowling, but you don't have access to a bowling alley or bowling balls, play Wii Sports. It unironically helps. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to help me in my quest to go from underrated to just rated. And don't forget to politely press that like button, as it's been obliterated too many times. If you like this video, I think you'll really like my short film, which you can donate to at the top of the description. Really appreciate you if you can. And if you're a little apprehensive, my way of convincing you is that if you watched all the way here, you probably like this video, which means my short film is this video, but with a budget. Okay, thanks. See you next month.
I'm a fan of classic movies, so not too upset about this. I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Ernest Borgnine.
Guys like John Elway, guys who kept coming close and then finally got there.